Welcome to the Christy Jones Show. This is your go-to podcast for living life to the fullest. I am a life and empowerment coach, speaker, and business owner in multifamily real estate. I am a woman passionate about helping others build a life that they truly desire. We'll talk about how to make the most out of every day, from setting meaningful goals to embracing the present moment. So join us as we explore the depths of living a life that is full of joy, purpose, and satisfaction. Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Christy Jones Show. It is another great week. I am excited to talk about another great subject, all the things on living life to the fullest. So today I want to talk about overcoming stress and those feelings of overwhelm. I'm going to give you 6 ways to approach those, 6 things to combat those and to bring them down a notch. So it's like, if you're going to be human, you're going to come upon feelings of stress and overwhelm from time to time. And now would be an excellent time. If you have not listened to last week's episode, now would be a really good time to do that because they kind of go hand in hand. Last week, I talked about perspective and how our perspective on things, how powerful that is. And when we need a refresh, how to do a refresh. So that was last week. So definitely take a listen to that episode as well, because our perspective ties into the feelings of stress or feeling overwhelmed, because how we perceive things, like that's where we're back into the driver's seat. A lot of times, stress and overwhelm, it's on how we're perceiving. It's our perspective on the situation. So when you can shift your perspective, you can dial down those feelings of stress, dial down those feelings of overwhelm. So take a listen to last week if you did not catch that. So today I want to talk about, I'm going to give you 6 things that you can do to keep in your toolkit. I always refer to the toolkit of life because the more tools we have in our toolkit, the better prepared we are to take on the things that come our way. So here are 6 things on overcoming stress, dialing down the feelings of overwhelm, and just having a better, feeling well-being and feeling much better. And those feelings are going to creep up on you from time to time, but it's important to pay attention to them. They are huge indicators of maybe something that you need to adjust in your life as well. A lot of good behaviors can combat stress and feelings of anxiousness and overwhelm. And all 3 of those things that I just mentioned affect our health in such a major way. Constant stress, constant, that when your cortisol level is just pumping high all the time, over time, that's going to take a toll on your health. So the sooner you can learn to manage those feelings, to reframe and shift your perspective on things, and to manage those times when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, the better you're going to be in every aspect of your life, including your health and wellness. Real quick story, I learned this the hard way, as in many things in my life, friends. I speak from experience on just about everything I teach. So I got to a point in my life where a big stressor had come about, and it was a big thing. It was my dad and his health, and he had had an accident and had a traumatic brain injury. We went through a year of rehabbing on that, and then as that year came to a close, he got a really unfortunate, horrible news. It just devastated our family. He had a terminal illness, a certain type of leukemia that's really rare, that even a bone marrow transplant wasn't going to be able to fix. So we walked through a really difficult season, and I'm super close with my dad. It was just the worst news ever when that doctor called me to tell me what the test result was. And then I delivered that news to my dad and my mom the next day. Major stressful time in my life. And it was right at that time when I had gotten the news from the doctor, and I had sat down with my mom and dad the next day, shared the information about the test results. And we started talking about a plan and, how we would, the things that were available and what we would do and all of that. But all that stress, I was not, and I had other things going on in life too. Where you got life, you got jobs, you got businesses that you're running, you've got families that you're raising. So this big one really sent my stress level, which I honestly didn't acknowledge at the time because I was just handling stuff. You ever been in that space in your life where I'm just like a take care of business kind of person? So, and I don't think anything is not solvable. I say that slowly because I don't even know if I probably made up that word. But I believe there's a solution to everything. And so when given a challenge, I am going in full force. Hell bent and determined to find a solution. And so I was definitely in that mindset. And so my stress level, and on top of the heartbreaking news, like I never thought that I was going to get about my dad, who was, larger than life in my eyes. And so what ended up happening is that toll that took on my personal health. I ended up in the hospital. They actually had me in the ICU. They thought that I was having some issues with my heart, some things that had come up on the test results. It ended up being like a flurry of a few days. And after going through all the tests and all the procedures and all the things, and letting some time go by and being able to look at what actually took me to my knees, and because I thought I was above all that. Does this sound familiar to anyone? When you've operated in superwoman mode for a long time and you think, I got this, I got it. But going through that health scare, realizing that the effect that stress was having on me, because I wasn't moving through that in a better way. I could be managing that stress in a better way. And so because I was putting the weight of the world on my shoulders and the way I was, approaching some things, I was just creating more and more stress on myself. And so that little wake-up call, and it took a while before I actually addressed that and how I could resolve healing myself and managing stress better. And once I dove into that and I started to address how I can manage my stress better, how I could approach things in a better way, that was more healthy for me for the long term. Until I started doing that, I quickly saw, like, you're gonna take yourself out over this. So that spurred a lot of learning for me, of ways to make sure that I was incorporating in my life, in my lifestyle, ways to manage stress, ways to look at my perspective on things. As a lot of it has to do with how we look at things. We create a lot of our own stress. And I learned that through that time of my life. So when I talk to you about this, I talk to you about it because I know I've gone through some of those bumps in the road when it comes to how to manage stress, how to look at it, your perspective, because how you're looking at it means everything. That's why I just go back and listen to last week. If you already listened to it, listen to it again. You know how many times we have to hear things before it actually sinks in and becomes a habit? So many. Well, for me, so many. All right. So listen to it again. Make sure that you're really hearing that about your perspective, how you choose to look at things, because we create a lot of our own inner turmoil based on how we think about things, our thoughts. Our thoughts really tie into how we feel. So when we change our thought about it, we change how we feel. All right. So for this podcast episode, I'm just going to give you 6 super easy, super simple. Everybody can do these. All right. Things you can do to lower your stress and chill yourself out. Number 1 is going to be music. Music, you guys, has proven to affect our energetic vibration and to promote well-being. There are so many studies that back this up and show the positive effect that music can have on reducing our stress. So in doing this, music and how it ties to our lowering our stress, it affects your improving your immune system. It can also reduce, if you're feeling anxious, it can reduce those feelings of anxiety. Back, a little side note on my dad is that when he was getting treatment for his traumatic brain injury, I would take him to, there was a time when we would go to one of the outpatient therapies and it was sound therapy. And they would put headphones similar to what I'm wearing now, and they would play certain types of music to basically, it was very complicated. They actually explained the whole process, and it's really interesting on sound therapy and how it affects the different neurotransmitters in our brain and starts to reconnect things. But music in general was just very helpful, and it was part of his actual scientific therapy for the TBI. And also they prescribed, he used to play the saxophone, and so he had picked the saxophone back up, and they also encouraged him as part of managing stress, because when you have a TBI, a lot of different things happen in the brain, and especially, well, his was in the frontal lobe, so a lot of your executive functions happen in that frontal lobe. And the music was just meant to help relieve and calm feelings of, anxiety, stress, so on and so forth. So that was actually something that he would do at home, was to play a saxophone so much, almost daily. And it helped with those feelings of managing the stress. So music. Also, I have to mention this while I'm talking about music and sound, is it's called sound bowl therapy, sound bowl healing music. And if you do yoga, and if you go to a yoga studio, you've probably run into this, but definitely worth checking out. I love it. I'm a huge fan of it. And again, it ties into the vibrations of music and that energetic state and energetic vibration, and what that can do to help calm your nervous system and to help, combat stress and those feelings of overwhelm. So definitely, it's worth looking into. Google it, read about it. I'm a big, big, big fan of it. Second thing, to work out, move your body. On my social media, I'm super active about this because I'm a big believer in fitness and movement and working out and just getting that blood pumping. It's really one of the best things you can do to reduce the feelings of stress. So if you're feeling stressed and you're feeling overwhelmed, just start moving your body. I promise that you will not regret any time that you spend working out. It is a mood boost. It releases endorphins. It's just one of the simplest ways that you can manage and combat stress, stressful times. It's just such a great release. So take advantage of what your own body can do for you through movement. So move your body. I believe everybody can find the type of movement, workout that they enjoy. I mean, it's a gift that our body moves in the first place. It's a gift that we have that ability to do a workout, to physically challenge ourselves. So I don't care if it's running, walking, resistance training, going to the gym, doing yoga, doing Pilates, whatever it is, find something that you enjoy that is challenging, and get moving. Third thing is sex. You probably know this, but sexual health, you guys, is so important. And sexual behavior with your partner, it is a way to release stressful feelings. I mean, okay, I know a lot of you have got your attention now. Now you're listening. You're like, what did she just say? Did she just say that like sex was good for me and is a good way to fight stress? Yes, I did just say that. And it's very true. And it's scientifically proven. And I know a lot of you already know this, but nobody wants to talk about it. But I'm just going to say it because it's true. So your sexual health is important. Again, a mood booster. It gives you the benefits of the endorphins. So there you go. There's your permission slip. Cozy up with your loved one. Have some fun. Reduce your feelings of stress and overwhelm. So that's number 3. I bet out of all of these, you're going to remember number 3. At least I hope you do. Okay, number 4 is laughter. You know, you guys, laughing is so important. Yes, life is serious. Yes, there's things that can weigh us down, but laughing, again, it just raises your energy. It changes your vibration. You know, I don't care. Watch a funny movie. Like if you love to just chill and watch TV, watch a comedy, listen to a funny podcast. I've got a couple podcasts that I follow that I'm like dying laughing, listening to these women. They are so freaking funny. So put on something that's going to make you laugh. Another thing, I mean, hello, YouTube. I mean, I know we all find amazingly funny videos on YouTube, even on Instagram. My brother and I, we have this crazy thing that we love to do. I know, I think everybody does this, honestly, but you maybe have like one person or 2 people. I've got a cluster of about 5 people that I'll share a video that I find on Instagram or whatever, and I'll just DM and send it to them. Like, I love receiving funny videos and I love sending them. My brother and I, we send this stuff back and forth to each other, honestly, daily. But we get our same sense of humor. So, but anyways, laugh. Find things that make you laugh and bring you joy. You know, spend time with people you love and tell jokes, tell the funny stories, you know, laugh till your belly hurts. Those are the best. Like I love when my family gets together and if we are, you know, the conversation is just, you know, it can just honestly go anywhere. It's got some old stories in it. There's things that we're all laughing about. And I love it when I laugh till my belly hurts so bad that, I mean, it's a mood lifter. It's a mood lifter. So laugh, spend time with people that you love, you know, enjoy one another and laugh. Spending time outdoors. This is number 5. You got to get outside. You got to breathe in that fresh air. Go for a walk. Sit in the sunshine. Let the sun just feel so good on your skin. Look at the trees and the grass. You know, it's so nice to look up into the sky and watch and just be present and watch the clouds go by. You know, maybe you like the mountains. Maybe you live in the mountains. You like to go on a hiking trail there. Maybe you're on the beach, a nice walk on the beach. Maybe you live in an urban area and you just need to go for a walk outside, enjoy the landscape, enjoy the fresh air. I mean, whatever that is for you, you've got to get used to seeing the beauty of nature and know that when you are in nature, it is so uplifting. It will make you feel more relaxed, and don't overlook the benefits to spending time outdoors. Such a great mood lifter, such a great stress reliever. So take advantage of your time outside. And then lastly, I want to talk about breath work. Breath work it can really do the trick in an instant to calm yourself down, to when you start feeling that like that anxious feeling, or maybe you're getting ready to do something. Maybe you're getting ready to step on stage and talk to a bunch of people. Maybe you're getting ready to do a presentation in front of your class. Maybe you're at work and you have to speak in front of 3, 4, 5, 500 people. Those feelings that kind of where you start to feel a little nervous and a little anxious, this is where breath work can be done quietly, easily, and it instantly can change and calm down your nervous system, or those feelings of anxiousness that kind of start creeping in. So, and our nervous system is a major part of how our body responds to stimulus and activity. So when you start feeling like things are spinning out of control, take a few minutes and slow your breathing down. Literally, you can do this anywhere, you guys. When we slow down our breath and we do more deep breaths, our brain and our nervous systems and all the cells in our body, they respond instantly and they respond positively. So breath is what moves energy, okay, through our body on that cellular level. So there are several breathing techniques out there that you can put in your toolkit. And I have two that when I went through my yoga training, my teacher training, obviously that was learning a lot of the different breath work techniques as part of it. But there's two, and I have these two on my YouTube channel too. So you can go there, and I mean, the video is super old. So I don't remember what year I recorded those, is when I was doing the yoga teacher training, but I have two breathing techniques. So one is called alternate nostril breathing, and the other is called the 4-7-8 breathing technique. And it's a lot for anxiety and stress relief. And both of those are excellent ways to calm the body down, to slow everything down in your body, and just have a much more feeling of calm. So those are on my YouTube channel, and I will make sure in show notes that I have an easy way for you guys to get to those two breathing techniques, if you'd like to take a look at them. But just know that your breath is, and how you're breathing, that is really connected to how you're feeling. And you can elevate or calm down your nervous system, your body, everything, just by your breath alone, and paying more attention to that. A lot of times through the day, we do all this like really shallow, short breathing where it's mostly up here in our chest. It's not that deep belly, the deep belly breathing, where we have a much more, when you breathe more with intention, then you can you start to notice like the effects and the changes that has on how you feel. So check out the breathing techniques. Like I said, there are many more, but find one that you can like easily put in your toolkit and pull out when you need it. So I hope you found these 6 very simple tips on ways to reduce stress helpful. And I know that you can implement these right away. So do try to incorporate these practices, these 6 things I talked about today. Try to incorporate those the next time you start to feel a little bit of anxiety or overwhelm, or you just need a little reset for your mind and your body and your spirit. So, all right, thanks for stopping in today, you guys. I hope you have found this useful and helpful. Share it with a friend if it's something that you feel like they could take a listen. And I mean, who couldn't use 6 tips on how to manage the feelings of stress and overwhelm? All right, have a good rest of your day. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you back here next Thursday. Take care.